Good morning, year one, and welcome to day 3 of our maths lessons. Today we're again looking at division, and we're going to apply the sharing we did yesterday to word problems today. So I'm sure you're going to do brilliant with that. But before we get started, we've got a starter to remind you about money. So what I want you to do is work out the value of each of these coins, right out in the middle. So I'll model, for example, this first coin has got 10p. And then you need to work out what is one more and one less. You may want to use numbered squares to help you with this if you have them, and you can find them online easily enough. But that's 10p. One less than 10 is, let's count back 10 from 10, 9. So that would be 9p. And one more is going to be 11p. So have a go at that, however you want to use it, using a ruler, a number line, or a number square. And once you're ready, we'll go through the answers. Okay, so welcome back. So this next coin is 5p. One less than 5 is 4, so it's 4p. It's important we write the p each time. One more is 6p. This is a penny. So one less, if we take away 1 penny, it's actually nothing, or 0 pence. One more is 2p or 2p. This is a 2p. So one more is 3p. One less is 1p. A 20p. One more is 21p. One less is 19p. This next one is 50p. One more is 51p. And one less is 49p. And this last one, it's actually easier. That's a pound, so that's 100 pennies. So one less is 99p, and one more is what we did on the using the tens and ones yesterday, and that is 1p. Okay, so £1 and 1 pence, or 101p. So that's the end of today's starter. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to revise what we did yesterday. So a mother squirrel wants to share out 20 nuts equally, and she's got 4 baby squirrels. So we're going to share the nuts. Count with me as I do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's quite important that we put them in that order. 9, 10. It gets confusing if you do them in another order. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, how many does each squirrel have? I'm just drawing this to make it obvious. You may or may not choose to do that when you do your work. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That squirrel's got 5. That squirrel's got 5 squirrels. 5. The important thing here is it says equally. So the answer is 5. Or into 5s. Okay. Right, that's one example. Here's a second one. 9 cookies are shared equally between 3 children. So again, we do exactly the same. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, I actually did that last bit slightly differently, but as long as you make sure you are placing one on each plate each time you do a set of 3 plates, it doesn't matter too much. So, how many does each child get? That's right, they get 3 each. Okay, and here then is today's work. So, you can either do, if you can print these, that's brilliant. If not, then you can always draw them on sheets of paper to help you answer. But the idea is we use drawing in the same way yesterday we used counters to represent and answer each of the questions. Okay, if you want to write the answer as well, that's great, but I'm more interested in you being able to, at this point, show that these have been shared out equally. Bottom 2 do require answers, but the first 4 don't particularly. Okay, and as usual, this is the more challenging side. This is the simpler options. You decide which ones you think you'd like to do. And that is the end of the main part of the lesson, but we do have a plenary which will introduce you to the last thing we're going to be doing this week in division, because it's only a 4-day week this week. So when you're ready, we'll be back. Okay, so here's another question. I have 8 apples. How can they be shared equally between 2? Now I'm going to draw them this time. So we've got 1, twig as well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that was quite easy, but what this is, it's got another name. When you share between 2, it's called something else. Does anybody know what that might be? Just have a think. Grown-ups, maybe you could encourage them to think about what we do when we divide between 2. But what this is called, and start the video when you're ready for the answer, what this is called is halving. We've split them into 2 halves. So each is half of the apples. And that is the special name we give for sharing equally into 2 sections. And tomorrow we're going to be doing some work on halving. Okay? But that is the end of today's lesson.